Hey there, kids! Welcome to the Child of Mecha livestream. I'm your host, Tim, the one and only Child of Mecha. It is Thursday, so we got one more day to go till the weekend. Yay! Let's see. We are going to get right into work, basically. A few things to keep in mind. Go buy some... And then also, if you haven't already signed up for the notifications for the new store that's going to be opening tomorrow, go hit up shop.childofmecha.com. Get notified when the store officially opens. Also get your discount code for your first order there as well. So good stuff coming from that tomorrow. But real quick, let's get into the chat. Let's see what's going on here. Looks like we got Bill. He says, "Howdy, y'all. Well, the compressor works. Works. Currently, there is enough pressure to paint, but the connections are leaking. Need to seal them." Georgia Stream said they use beeswax. Interesting. I mean, I just use like Teflon tape, or like there's like thread sealant that I've used a lot. Let me see if I can find it. I think it's up here. One second. Yeah, here we go. It's called Megalock. Hang on one second. Yeah. So this is what I use in addition to the Teflon tape and everything. So Megalock, you can find this at pretty much any hardware store in the plumbing section, and it's multi-purpose thread sealant, and it never like hardens or anything like that. It stays soft and pliable, and I've used this to great effect. So this and Teflon tape works really, really well if you didn't want to mess with the beeswax. So just saying, just throwing out another option there for you, Bill. But hopefully you get those sealed and you're good to go. Yeah, I had what was leaking? It was the one of the hose connections for the new for my new moisture trap and pressure regulator. One of the connections was leaking, and you could hear it. It was leaking so bad. It was just that. So disassembled it. Teflon tape, thread seal, good to go. Mikey Dawson's with us. He says, "Good afternoon, everyone." Mike, how you doing, buddy? Julius is also with us. Morning. Let's see. Beeswax. Interesting. Yeah, right? Bill says, yeah, they just used Burt's beeswax, like the lip balm. Always use an oil-based sealant myself. Okay. Worth trying to see if it works better. Sure, absolutely. Let's see, Julia says, my garage compressor has a leak around the switch. I haven't investigated it yet, but I'll keep that in mind. Yeah, soapy water. That will, you just get a little like 2-ounce cup, like the kind you rinse your mouth out with, when you brush your teeth or whatever. Just put some water in there, a squirt of like Dawn dishwashing liquid or something like that. Mix it up, and then take an old brush and just brush that around the connection points. And if that's where the leak is, it'll start to form bubbles. Like the old adage, no bubbles, no troubles. That's where that comes from. Yeah, it's just an old plumber's trick that I picked up along the way. Excuse me. Bill says, I will let you know how it goes for me. Yeah, interesting. I'd be interested to see how that works out for you, Bill. Juno! Good afternoon, everyone. He says, are we getting shirts yet? I came in at the tail end of something about ordering. I just want some dope comic gear. Tomorrow, dude. Yes. Like I said, Juno, if you have not signed up for the notifications yet, do so, because there will be a discount code in there. That's only going out to people that sign up. So there's going to be an introductory sale, but that sale is not going to be the same discount as to people that sign up. The people that sign up will get a much better discount. So yeah. Let's see. Todd's with us, Mr. Mad Havoc. He says, hello, just got home in time to catch the stream. How is everyone? I'm good, dude. I'm good. It's it's Thursday, you know. It's Thursday. Let's see. Kelvin says, hey, and got in some Mr. Color 40th paints. What? Look at that. 40th gang. Let's go. It was dumb. Anyway, Bill says, yeah, use stuff like that before. It's an oil-based sealant. Like I said, I'm just going to try this as it is something different. Yeah, absolutely. He says, I know Vaseline works in a pinch too. Interesting. Yeah, I never thought of Vaseline, but yeah. Bill says, Calvin, I found some place that still has some of the reds if you're wanting them. Ooh. Okay. Nice. Julia says, I wonder how the wax would do in the heat, or if the compressor put off a lot of heat or even sat in a hot environment. Yeah, and Bill says the wax shouldn't evaporate, but rather maybe turn more liquidy and maybe flow into the grooves, maybe. Yeah. Kelvin says, does the discount code affect your wallet? I mean, yeah, but like, it is what it is, you know. It's a rollout, so, you know, you put a decent little sale out there, and, you know, try to get customers, you know what I mean? So it's normal. So I'm not worried about it at this point. I'm not worried about it. So, anywho, all right, kids, let's get back into it. Let's go camera 2, show you kind of what we got accomplished last night here and stuff. All right, oh, damn it. Hang on, let me mirror my screen on my little screen up here. All right, so, because that's where I hardly ever look at the main screen while streaming. I always look at this little field monitor to see if I'm in, you know, frame and all of that. Anyway, so here's what we got done yesterday. Rather this side. So we got this whole top foot scribed in, everything. I went ahead and filled that little gap in there last night after the stream. Sanded that. That's completely nice and smooth. Mirrored everything on the top there. So that's all looking good on both sides. That's looking real nice. And then obviously the big part there, went ahead and filled in that kind of toe recess there. So that's looking really, really quite nice. I'm liking it. It's very good. So I think what we're going to start working on today are these little winglets. These should be hopefully easy to get done here. So we'll pull that guy off here and start to get working on him. And yeah, so let's get after it. Yeah. Real quick, one last check on the chat. Let's see. Bill says, since I will be using my compressor in this 100-degree outdoor Texas heat, I think you can say I will be giving the wax a stress test. That's for sure. Whew, buddy. Right now, here at noon, it is 94 degrees. 94 degrees at noon here in Maryland. Went for my walk earlier today, right around, I think it was right around 9. And it was already like 89 degrees. It sucked. I was hoping to get out there before it got really, really hot, but again, just sweating like a dog. So, man, it's one of those things. Kelvin asked Bill, what shop store got an order in from Burbank Hobbies? More coming, USAG. Do tell, sir. Right? Oh, yeah, because Bill had mentioned Yeah, he found a place that still has some of the red colors for the 40th anniversary versions. Yeah, yeah. Those are fun. Those are fun. All right, let's get to it. Let's go super zoom. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Alrighty. So, a lot of the markings that I put on this thing have already wiped off, especially on the smooth parts that haven't been sanded yet. But that's not a big deal. That's not a big deal at all. So, first things first. First things first. Let's get this out of the way. We need separation lines on the top and the bottom here. And we're going to go right there. And we're going to use 0.15. Why it isn't... There you go. Okay. It focused a little bit. Whatever. Anyway, we're going to do our drop line first, because this is basically what we're... these two lines here that we're going to put in first are essentially going to... Everything's going to be based off of these lines. Alright, come on, get that set in there. That's looking good. Nice and perpendicular to the edge. Okay. Jolly good. All right, next one. We need to get on this side. And yes, I am underslinging the... oh shit, I'm not even on camera. There we go. Okay. There we go. Yes. So what I'm doing is I'm underslinging the scribing jig here, and by that I mean I'm putting the bulk of the jig under the part, right? So the only thing we need here is this vertical. We just need to make a right angle, and that's it. So that's why I'm kind of doing it this way. Just makes it a little bit easier to hold here for this part. All right, good deal. All right, so now those two vertical drops are set in here. Now we can basically kind of work our way from there. First things first, we're going to get the surface line done. That should be, you know, obviously pretty simple. Let's see. So again, we're just going to use a big old scribing jig here, just using the side here because it's nice and straight. Okay, you need to come up maybe a little bit more. And then let's use this one here for the other side. All right, good deal there. Now, going back and extending this line a little bit and connecting the two. All right, good. Ah, crap. All right. All right, there we are. So we've got our surface level line scribed in there, nice and easy, pretty straightforward, nothing too complex about that. Now, what we're gonna do, like I said, these two vertical drops on either side, that's gonna be, you know, like I said, our basis for everything that we do next. So we need to, let's see, was it one? I think it was like 1 millimeter around that I wanted to start with. Let me see here. Yeah, it was 1 millimeter. Okie dokie. So, cool. All right, so first things first, we're going to put a 1 millimeter scribe right around the edge from vertical to vertical, okay? So that's where we're going to start with, and we're going to lay the scribing jig right on the surface like this, and we're going to scribe down from that, and that'll give us a good reference for everything here. Alright, that first one's good. Alright, let's just keep working our way around. And that should perfectly connect, and it does. Very good, very good. All right, so we're just gonna keep working our way around here, setting these lines and everything, and then we'll jump back and get these to depth. Oh, shit, I wasn't on camera, was I? My bad. All right. All right, these are all connecting really, really nicely. I'm happy with this so far. All right, let's keep going this last little section here. Very good. All right, cool. So now what we can do is we're gonna get all these lines to a good depth, and that will get us one step further, and then we're going to do a similar thing to the back of this part. Okay. Yeah, very good. Very, very good. Excellent. All right, I like that. I like how that looks. All right, so now what we've done is we've come down 1 millimeter from the surface around this front edge. We're going to do a different height for the back side of this little winglet, right? I think I wanted to go with 2 mil. Let me see. Yeah, I think 2 mil is going to be pretty good. Actually, let me see 1.5, see what that looks like. It's only a 0.5 millimeter difference, but still, it will be noticeable. Yeah, I think 1.5 is kind of where we want to be. All right, cool. Let's go with that. Let's go with that. All right, so same thing. Just scribe in right along this guy here. Yeah, very nice. I really like the differences in heights for this, you know, particular detail. I like that a lot, actually. And we'll do a few decoration type of things, some notches and things like that here as well to kind of purdy it up. Okay. Very good, very good. Alright, so now we need to connect right at this little edge here. There we go, nice. All right, very, very good. That's excellent. That is excellent. I like it. I like it. I like it all. Excellent. All right, cool. Let's kind of show you everything here. Let me chisel discipline. All right, so what we've got here, like I said, you can kind of see there the differences in the height for those different panels that are wrapped around the edges. Just, yeah, really like the look of all of that. That's looking really good. Looking really good. So, all right. Now then, one thing that I wanted to do, because this is, well, for you guys, this is the orientation, how it goes on. So this is the front, this is the back, right? So one thing that I wanted to do is put in a little circular detail right in there. Just, you know, little some, right? So I think what we'll do, let's see, where did the 2 millimeter get off to? Here it is. Okie dokie. So what we'll do, Ah, you bastard. Come on. Alright. It's gonna be a pain in the ass. I can see it now. This is gonna be a pain in the ass. Alright, so what I'm thinking is right about there. Good. Good. Excellent. Okay, so we have a good location that I can consistently achieve. So basically, I kind of based this little pilot hole that I just punched in here off of the pre-molded detail that I had filled in previously for this thing. So now we need our little spinny god hand chisel thingies, these guys, right? And let's see, I think we'll go 2.5 for this. Let me see how that's gonna go down here. Let's go 2. Let's go 2. Not necessarily enthused with that negative space between everything, so we'll go 2 millimeter. Yeah, that's good. All right, cool. So let's get this chalked up here in the, nope, not that one. The good old pin vise. Okay. Just trying to get this nice and flat and even in here. That looks pretty good. All right. Yeah, I'm happy with that. That is the correct side up here for you guys. So that's, yeah, that's looking really good. I like that. I like that a whole lot. Excuse me. All right. So now let's decorate this thing a little bit. Let's get some decorations on here. So let's go to 0.3. Actually, you know what? Before that, let's get caught up in the chat here. It's been a few minutes. Let's get this going here. All right. So Bill says, is it? Shit, I can't read it. Mrs. Hobby. Ooh, okay. MrsHobby.com. Hard to see there, but he put it in the, put it in the chat over here on YouTube. He says they still have 2 of the reds in stock as well as the silver. That silver is really good. It's really good. Look at that. Look how smooth that is. That's very nice. Almost like a platinum type of color. That's a really, really good silver. Gio's with us. He says, good morning, everyone. Since I used Mr. Color Black, no issues with the Death Scythe interframe. Now I need to test the 1500 with an RG kit. Nice. That's a step in the right direction, Gio. I like it. I like it. Brian's with us, Mr. Lelouch. He says, afternoon, gents. Brian, what's going on, buddy? Mike Dawson says, man, it's buffering nightmare here until we get our internet hooked up. Oh, man, that blows, right? That blows. That's part of, moving into a new place and everything, is you got to get all the utilities, buttoned up and everything. Kelvin says, Bill, got it, and thank you, fellow Texan. Yeehaw! Bill says, my pleasure. If anyone is looking for any parts or supplies, and I am in chat, just ask, and I will try to help locate them. Yeah, Bill is like a plethora when it comes to, finding stuff, like a bloodhound. Bill says, Kelvin, this is probably the hardest color to find of that line. Only one place I have found in the U.S. that still has it, perhaps the most popular color. Anyways, this is that cranberry pearl. Oh yeah, do I have it over here? Yeah, cranberry red pearl. Look at how fucking evil that looks. That's just a vicious looking color. Let's crack it open and see, take a look at the, the actual paint. Let me, a little shaky first. Oof, yeah. Oh my gosh. Look how nasty that looks. In a good way, mind you. Miss Janet if you're nasty. But man, look at just the pearl, just fucking pop off that shit, right? That's amazing. It's not a great, the cap is not a great representation of the actual color, but then that's pretty synonymous with a lot of Mr. Color paints, unfortunately. But gets you in the ballpark, gives you a good idea. But always look at the bottom of the paint. That'll get you, a much better indication of what that looks like. Let's see. Bill says, oh, and for anyone looking at getting those God Hand spin blades, look for their anniversary bundle. It has those, drill bits, sanding sponges, and nippers. Local retailer has a ton of God Hand stuff. Nice. He says, and saw that in a display case, those anniversary bags had a price tag of $105 on them, which is really a good deal if you want, all the God Hand stuff, as they are expensive individually. That is for sure. He also says, or maybe I'm mixing sets together, whatever. If you're wanting God Hand stuff, check out those anniversary sets for some sort of discount potentially. There we go. Kevin says, Bill, sorry, I was on the Mrs. site checking stock while listening, and yes, at Cranberry is hard to find. Yeah. I mean, all of them are getting that way. They're all getting pretty low stock. Bill says, no worries. Mikey says, gotta head out. Mike, take care, buddy. Stay cool out there. Stay cool. Gio says, hello. I had to step away from the phone. Damn it, Gio. Just people. No, it's fine. I don't care. Swank, Mr. Swanky's with us. He says, hey everyone, what's going on, bud? Good to see you. Excellent. We are officially caught up. All right, let's get back to it and bring this back into frame right about there. All right, so let's get some notches. Right? Hey. Buenos notches. Son of a bitch. Come on. All right, here we go. All right, so what I want to do, a couple notches on the top, I think will look appropriate. Let's see here. And I think what we'll do is put them on this side. And we're going to put them pretty close to the edge here. right. Normally I would space these out a little bit more, but we have this corner panel line sitting there, so I want to get these relatively close to the edge. Yeah, good. All right, let's get the debris out of there. All right, excellent. Now, let's get a few on here. Good. All right, let's see. What was that? Renee's sending me reels. Oh boy. And no, I will not show you what she sent me. Alright, let's get some notches up here on the top side of this piece. Yeah, that's looking good. That's looking good. All right, and then one last one right here. All right. Very good, very good, very good. All right, let's get the lines themselves cleaned up here. Going back to our 0.15. Very nice. Do the same thing for this guy. Yeah, yeah, yeah. All right, excellent. Now, one last thing to do. We need to put something in that little circular detail there. Yeah. Oh my God! Look at this fucking guy here. Hold on, you guys. Look at this. Look at this. Gary. Gary. Mr. Y-Rag. What's going on, Gary? Holy shit, man. Gary, did you have Army time this weekend? Or this week or something like that? Like National Guard? Did you go play soldier this week? Because I saw a lot of pictures on your Instagram of like tanks and armored vehicles and all that shit. And I was just like, "Aw, he's playing soldier, look." He's playing soldier. Alright, let's find something here real quick. Let's see. What do we have here? What do we have? That's not going to work. I need something solid. No. And all these are the same, right? Yeah, all those are the same. All right, so I need to find something small, 2 millimeters in diameter, and something solid, right? Oh yeah, here we go. He says, let's see, 2 weeks annual training, and yes, I get to play soldier. Nice, 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 nice. Now, are those 2 consecutive weeks? Or is this like a week here and then another week someplace else? Man. Yeah, because it's just being away from the family for 2 straight weeks. That sucks if that's the case. You know what I mean? If that's the case. Especially that little one, man. He's super cute, dude. He's super cute. If you guys don't follow Gary on Instagram, he posts a lot of pictures of his son. And that little bugger is adorable. He's adorable. All right. Let's see what we've got here. All right. So, Kotobukiya. This is frame 102. No, none of these I don't think are gonna... I don't think any of these are gonna serve. Damn it. Yeah, see, I already tapped out the 2 millimeters for most of these frames, if not all of them. Yeah. Shit. Yep, every single one. Look at this. All right, so I've got, what, 5? Yeah, 5 frames here, and this is the whole row of 2 millimeter. Oh, wait, what the? Oh, I missed those. I missed those little guys. All right. Well, cool. Well, we got a couple to choose from here to use, so that's what we're going to do. All right, real quick. Let's get caught up in the chat and talk with Gary while he's here. Let's see. Bill says Gary was playing with those fully functional 1-to-1 scale models. Yeah, for real, right? Gary says, yep, I was up by the desert, Fort Irwin, hella hotness, and can't wait to see Easy. Aw, I bet, man. Yes, it's a 1-to-1 scale M10 9A6 Paladin. Holy shit, man. Yeah, just some of the images that Gary's been posting here, the past, little while, man. It's kind of cool to see. Just bunch of armored, vehicles and everything, man. Oh, dude, it's crazy. It's just hella crazy. Anyway, yes, he says, fun day today at the armory. Get to go home soon. Oh, man, I love that. I love that. That is awesome, dude. That is so cool. Well, good. I'm super happy for you, buddy. I'm super happy for you, man. Give Easy a hug for us. All of us, a collective, community hug or whatever. And yeah, tell him Uncle Tim said hi. Oh man, that's awesome. I love it when Gary pops in. It's always a good name to see. Always a good name to see. Let's see. Yeah, stop by anytime. 100%. Hell, pull up a seat and join in. Fuck right? Hell yeah. Let's see. She sent him a cat playing the piano to Uptown Girl by Billy Joel. What? Anyway. Oh, man. Hell yeah. Hugs will be given. Nice. Nice, nice, nice. Awesome, dude. Awesome. Gary, good to see you, buddy. At least, at very least in textural form, right? I wish it was live. I wish it was live. But maybe for another day. Maybe for another day. All right. Kiddos, let's get back to it, and let's get this detail set in here. Now these should be 2 millimeter here. Let's double check. And money. That's money. All right, cool. So now let's get one of these clipped out here without it flying halfway across the room. or otherwise disintegrating on me because these are super, super tiny. And when you try to clip these, sometimes it will just break the part in general, which is never a good time, unfortunately. So, all right. So here's our little part. There we go. All right. So yeah, one side basically just snapped off when we were clipping this out of the frame here. So let's get to. Oof, yeah. This is an older frame, so the plastic is a little bit brittle. It's not, you know, like terrible, like it'll fall apart in your hands brittle or anything like that, but compared to Kotobukiya's current offering of plastic, this is more brittle than you know, what they use now. So, you know, there's that. Anywho. Okay. So, we're gonna do just a little bitty drop, a little bit bigger than that, of Plastic Magic right in there. Oh, fuck, that's way too much. God damn it. I knew that was gonna happen. Trying to get some of that out of there with the brush, but I don't know how effective that's gonna be. All right, that'll be good enough. All right, so yeah, there we go. There we go. There we go. All right. So let's take a look-see at what this is going to kind of look like on the part on the foot itself. Ooh, shit. Yeah. 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 That, yeah. Ooh, look at that. That's a nice shot right there of, let me get it back. Yeah, look at that. That's good. And just right down the line. Look at that. Ooh. Ooh. Ooh, baby. Ooh, baby. I'm trying to... Fucking orientation. Come on. Nope, wrong side. God damn it, man. It's like the opposite of what I'm holding it at. It's crazy. Anyway, so let's see. Oh, there we go. You can see the notches and everything. Yeah, that surface line is looking good. Yeah, that whole winglet is just looking really, really nice. And I like that little circular detail. It just complements everything. All of the different angles. It throws in kind of a visual kind of interrupt, if you will. And yeah, I just really, really like the look of that. So this foot is looking really nice. That foot's looking really, really nice. Now, the true test is to... Let's see what it's going to look like on the actual... Let's go to camera 2 for this. So there's the foot. Yeah. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Look at that. Now we're cooking with gas. Hell yeah. All those crispy little details all the way around. Yeah, that's looking really nice. Very excited about that. I'm very excited about that, kids. Very excited about that. Let's see. Let's get caught up in the chat here. Let's see. Gary says, much love coming from me, Tim, and chat. Aw. Hell yeah. And yeah, exactly, Bill. Always, Gary. Always. Gary's one of the OGs, man. I met Gary. What year was it, Gary? That we finally met. Was it 2019 at SCGMC? Or was it was it before that? I forget. But I know we hung out a lot in the 2019 SCGMC. And that was a shit ton of fun. Gary's such a good dude, man. He's so funny. Like, if you meet him in real life, you're like, he always has a smile on his face. I love the kid to death. Love the kid to death, man. Let's see. Kelvin says, oh, the cranberry red is out of stock at Mrs. Hobby, etc. Tim has it all. Too bad. So sad for us. Oh, shit. Sorry, Kelvin. Sorry, buddy. Bill says I sent a link with it in stock at Gunzo. Let's see. Gunzo. Go to site. All right, hang on. Let me see. Cranberry Pearl Red. At their Old Town store, they say it's in stock. Yeah. At their Hobby Station store, it's online only. Yeah. But yeah, that's AVC03. That is definitely the cranberry red. I can attest to the number. So yeah, it looks like Gunzo.com has it in stock, listed in stock at least on their website. So yeah, good looking out, Bill. Good looking out. Let's see. Bill says, there you go. Excellent. Bill says, as well, if you want that color, get it now. I don't think they have much stock left, and it is the only U.S. store I have found with any. Yeah, get it. Get it. Get it soon. Get it fucking soon. Swanky says, epic. Thank you, buddy. VSS is over there on Twitch. They say, do you find scribing on transparent/translucent plastic harder on your eyes? You know, that's a bit, yeah, a bit. Mainly because with it being kind of, I guess, semi-transparent, your eyes are trying to focus on the lines themselves, right? But your vision still sees through the part, if that makes sense. So your eyes are competing at, you know, kind of different levels and everything. So yeah, it is a bit harder in that regard. I mean, hell, it's also harder just to scribe in general, just because this, you know, this type of plastic is more brittle than, say, you know, your opaque plastic. When I was scribing the bottom of the foot the other day, I was just in awe about how easy this was to scribe, and how just the chisels flew through this material like a hot knife through butter. With this, the semi-transparent plastic, yeah, there's resistance, there's bite, there's stair-stepping, stuttering, there's directionality even to the, you know, the semi-transparent plastic. So, you know, what I mean by that is, you know, if you scribe in one direction, it's, you know, perfectly fine, but then you go back and scribe it at the same line in the other direction, it stair steps or, you know, stutters or something like that. So yeah, I do find that the semi-transparent armor parts is definitely harder to scribe than you know, the opaque stuff, without a doubt. Yeah, without a doubt. Almanacs, Mr. Pete, what's going on, buddy? He says, oh shit, is that good or bad? Oh, it's good. It's good. Yes, we're doing good work. We're doing good work today. Pete says, I thought that exclamation meant Timmy Dunn fucked up again. Nah, man. VSS is over there. He says, this is coming out fantastic. Thank you. I appreciate that. I really do. Bill says, on the Dom, I am debating whether I should try to give it an articulating toe or leave the entire foot one static piece like it is from the factory. There's a lot of work. There's a lot of work articulating, the front of the foot, because you have to take into consideration, the parts moving against each other, right? Like for instance, like with the Shiki here, while I would have loved to articulate the front of the toe, it's not worth it at this point. And, it's just not, it's not in the cards, right? I mean, because you have to think about, look at how thin this front part is, right? So you don't have a lot of real estate to play with, number one. Number two, you have to come up with some sort of engineering to be able to articulate and for that front part to, bend as well. So there's a lot of engineering that goes into it as well. And then you have to think about, okay, the movement. So if the toe flexes in one direction, how much plastic are we going to have to, shave from, this front part here, right? So, yeah, it's a lot to think about. It's a domino effect, Bill. So if you want to tackle that, I would say absolutely fucking go for it, without a doubt. But, if you would rather just have the look of it, like a simulated look, then, kind of do what, kind of what we're doing here, and just kind of do a nice little thick scribe line right there, just to kind of simulate that look, So, a couple ideas. Sorry, Renee's still sending me reels. Yeah, any thoughts either way, chat, or your thought? Yeah, I mean, like I said, if it was me, I'd probably simulate it. But, yeah, I don't know what you want to tackle, Because, like, where is it? Here. Yeah, okay. Is this it? Nope, that's not it. This might be it. Hang on. Yep, this is it. Okie dokie. So, we got, Christ. Hang on. Get off of there. Alright, we got that guy right there. And then we got this guy right here. And we're going to put the rest of that away. Alright, so here are two pretty good examples of articulating articulating the feet, right? This is the 2.0 Gelgoog. Wonderful model kit, by the way. I'm definitely going to be finishing this kit at some point. We made that big fuck off sword for it, so I do want to go back to this at some point. But the foot on this thing is really, really nice. I mean, look at that, right? Like, look at the flex on that. It's really, really nice. And I love what Bandai did here, because they made this whole part like circular, or curved, right? So it just hugs that. Oh, yeah. That's just really, really satisfying to kind of see that in work. And it's grooved and everything. Like, it's just a beautifully engineered and designed part. And it's sad because, most people will never see it or, have respect for it at that point. But it is really, really well done. How this, look, so this part stays static, right? Watch. The foot just goes right over that part. So those are some of the types of things that you do have to think about when you start to want to get into, toe modifications and things like that. The other good example here is the Sazabi Verka. This is another really good. It doesn't flex this way very much, but man, like ballerina toe. You know what I mean? Like straight up ballerina toe here. So that's pretty good there too. I wish it articulated, up a bit more, but the ankle on this is pretty decent. Yeah, so that's not too bad. But yeah, so those are two pretty good examples of articulating feet and everything. So yeah, man, I'm not familiar with the Master Grade Dom because I've never actually built one before. So I don't know how much work it would take to, articulate it. It may not be any work at all, for all I know. I have no idea. But, just think about those things about the pieces kind of rubbing together and articulating around each other and all that. Those are all things you gotta, I think, remember, when it comes to that. So, yeah. Todd says, Tim, that cranberry red would look sweet on a real grade Epion. Or a master grade Epion for that matter, too. Because, me, I'm a master grade whore. Bill says, fully transparent, you can put blue painter's tape on the inside and make it easier to see details. I've never tried to scribe on this semi-translucent material, so no idea if it helps. Yeah, the only problem that you're going to run into with that kind of painter's tape thing is like, pegs and stuff like that. And and in some cases it's going to be completely impossible just because of the inner workings and everything on some of these parts. So, but on obviously some of the bigger parts, absolutely. Yeah, 100%. Bill says, yeah, Matt Havoc. Yeah, Todd, that's a good idea, right? Kelvin, look at that. Just ordered 3. Thanks again to Bill. Awesome. Pete, is that cranberry pearl red from Mr. Color? It is. It's part of their, was part of their 40th anniversary line. So, yeah. Cranberry red pearl. And we took a look at it a little bit earlier, but man, just can't hurt to do it again. Look at that. Oof. How nice and dark. Oh boy. Oh, look at that. It's hard to it's hard to appreciate on camera, but man, I'm going to tell you what. There is a definite viciousness to this color. Let me see something here. Here we go. Let me, because like now I'm interested in this, you know what I mean? So, all right, that'll work. Yes, I do own paintbrushes. Not many, but some. All right, so let us sample the wares here and just see what's what. Yeah. Now, yes, I am not a hand brushing expert by any stretch of the imagination, so don't get on my shit about fucking brushing. Like, I don't care. This is why I airbrush, so I don't have to do this shit. But yeah, there you go. Yeah, and it's kind of hard to see the effect. Let me where's one of the mixers? Here it is. Not you. You're a mess. You? Yeah, you're clean. All right, cool. Actually, hold on one second. Let me, All right, there's a little bit. Yeah, there's a little bit in here. Or not, okay. All right, so that'll thin this down a little bit. Not a ton, but a little bit. I didn't think I would be thinning paint on the stream today, I'll be honest with you. All right, so let's cap it, give it a little shaky here first. All right. Just scrape all the pigment off of the bottom here. And all the flake and all that good stuff. All right, put that off to the side here. Let's give it one more shake just to get all this properly mixed. All right, there we go. That's an evil looking red. I fucking like it. I like it a lot. I'm not gonna lie. So, yeah. There you go. You can kind of see it a little bit better now that it's a little thinned, but man, it's a good color. It's a real good color. I wanted to start doing spray outs of different colors and things like that, just to have as kind of like a visual reference and things like that, do those for like videos and stuff like that. So yeah, that it's a nice color, real nice color, real nice. I mean, all the 40th anniversaries are for the most part pretty nice colors. So. Bill says, yes, it is Almanacs. No idea how much stock they have left. Yeah. Pete says, is the Mr. Color Revival Cranberry Pearl, Red Pearl okay? Revival? Or does the Revival make it something else? I don't honestly know. Because, like I said, this is the 40th anniversary. This is their Cranberry Red. That is a pearlescent color, hence the sheen and all of that, right? So I don't rightfully know if there's a difference. So yeah, I don't know. I do not know. It might be different. I don't know. Todd says, the only thing is I suck at brush painting a model. Yeah, same. He says, I would always get bumps, streaks, or uneven layers, and I don't have an airbrush. That is why I got Gundam markers. That's fair. That's fair. Bill says, the one that I had started before that was trashed. I had grafted the front toe from the GM Sniper 2, but that one had been modified to hell. This build is not going that hard, so I was debating it. Yeah, I mean, like I said, Bill, if you wanna, if that's something that you want to tackle, fuck, by all means, go for it, dude. But yeah, like I said, I'm not familiar with how the DOM, assembly is. Unfortunately, I just never built one. Bill says, go to the Army Painter and grab some of the Speed Paint Medium. That might help a bit. He says, where is that, Bill? It sounds like you are not thinning your paints sufficiently. Hand brushing, you have to thin them way more than you would think. Oh shit. Okay. See, I don't do the whole brushy painty thing. Not for me. Not for me. Maybe for thee, but not for me. Let's see. Yeah, Bill posted a link. He says, there you go. Todd says, much appreciated. Very good. He says, one of the first things I do when I open a bottle of paint is drop a steel BB in there to help with agitation. Yeah, some of the paints that I have had, that I've inherited, have that. I usually don't do that with the Mr. Color, simply because they're small, and I have had glass jars kind of from the inside from those little BBs. So I don't particularly do that myself. I've got one of those little hand mixer thingies somewhere. I'm not going to look for it now, but I use that sometimes to, really get in and kind of agitate some paint and mix it and all that. So, Kelvin says, "Oh yeah, baby, the cranberry might be used on a model car model project as well. Hell yeah, there you go." Bill says, "Spray out." So like what is my fucking watch doing? It's going weird on me. Bill says, "Spray out." So like the process I am painting on the community. Maybe, yeah, I don't know. What I had envisioned is to get those like blank like badges, the light white plastic badges with the holes punched in them and everything, and to lay down black and gray primer, spray out on that, and then finish it in like gloss and semi or flat or whatever, and just kind of have a like an index almost, but kind of doing that on video and everything, do little short videos for those, for each color, just to so people can have reference to look at, I guess, right? So that's kind of what I envisioned. Excuse me. Let's see. Pete posted this here. Oh, and I can't do anything with it, Petey. Shit. Here we go. Okay, let me try this. Mr. Hobby Europe. Ooh, okay. Mr. Color, Revival, Cranberry Red Pearl. Huh. I've never seen this Revival line. I mean, it might be the same. It's hard to say, because like there's, and let's go, so okay, so there's that, right? For point of reference, there's that. That's the Cranberry Red Pearl. That's what it looks like at the bottom. Let's go display capture. And that cap looks very, very similar to the actual color. So yeah, I don't know. I mean, really only one way to find out, but like I said, I've never here. So yeah, so here's the 40th anniversary colors here. Ooh, wait a minute. These 3 colors do not have discontinued on them. What's up with that? And Cranberry Red Pearl is one of them. So there's that. What are these Mr. Color Revival colors here? What? What? Okay, so we looked at that one. What is this? Oh, that is like a super teal color. Like straight 90s fucking teal. I dig it, actually. Oh, man, that could be like a nice little accent color or something like that, right? What is this? Revival British Green. Nice. Okay. I dig it. I dig it. It's a nice, deep, dark green. I've got so many greens on my paint rack, it's not even funny. But I'm going to tell you what, this color right here, ooh. Ooh. This gets the giblets going, I'll tell you. I like that. I like that a lot. Mr. Color Velvet? What? What are all of this? What are all these things here? Why don't we have like an American, like a U.S. site? Obviously, this is Mr. Hobby Europe up here in the URL. Fuck a duck, man. Why does Bandai US always fuck things up? Because, you know, Bandai is Bluefin Bandai, whatever. Last I heard was the official distributor in the US for Mr. Color and everything. So, yeah, I don't know. All right, let's go back to number 2. Huh. These are cool paints, man. Anyway, Bill says, I think the Revival one is darker and with a different colored pearls. Ah, okay. Handbrush has a saying 2 thin coats. Got it. Pete says, oh shoot, I'm not a mod, so I can't post a link to the Mr. Color Europe page for the Revival. No, that's cool. I copied and pasted it. Pete, so it's not a big deal. But Bill's got the, oh yeah, Bill was getting the link. Paige says the Mr. Color Revival series is a series that revives popular colors from paints that were previously released. See, I can talk English. See, that's interesting. That cerulean blue, that teal color. When was that ever released? You know, I want to know. Shit. Calvin says the Revival says on the bottle cranberry red car and looks darker. Somewhat. Someone correct me if I'm wrong. Pete says the first in the series is the cranberry red pearl, which was also revived as a 40th anniversary color. Oh, so it would probably be the same. Yeah, nice. Okay. Brian says, I'm back. Had to clock in at work. Hey, Unknown NTD. Welcome. Thank you for the follow. Appreciate that. Welcome to the family. Thank you for watching. Appreciate it. Let's see. Giovanni says, I'm back again. There we go. Bill has a YouTube link. What is this, Bill? Oh, okay. So this is a 10-minute. Oh my God. A full-on 10-minute dissertation on the fucking spray out of this color. Oh my God, dude. Okay. That's a lot. Yeah, I will have to tune in at a later date. Jesus Christ. But yeah, full Japanese and everything. All right, so just from the thumbnail on this, it says Mr. Color Revival, Cranberry Red Pearl, model color, compared painting with 4 types of surfaces. Okay, so it looks like what he did was he took some spoons and I'm guessing different primers or something like that. I'm not sure. Like I said, it's a 10-minute video, so yeah, I'm not gonna sit here and watch it on stream or anything. He says the thumbnail has sprayed samples. Yeah, he says yes, it is the same color. The Revival is literally releasing the most popular color from discontinued lines. Well, there we go. Bill says, had to look it up. Yeah, okay. He says, just wanted the thumbnail to show. Okay, yeah, let's go. Yeah, so here you got these, all these spray outs, and then just, thumbing through the video. Yeah, it looks like different primer colors, maybe. Yeah. Different surface treatments and things. Yeah. All that good stuff. Okay. So, yeah. I'm going to have to take a look at that. Good stuff. Good stuff, guys. Good stuff. 132. Nice. All right. Excellent. Let's get back to it. Yeah? Let's get back to it. Let's go back to Super Zoom here. Let me grab a drink because I'm a little thirsty. All right. Now then. All right. So let's get the foot back off of the leg here. All right. So, yeah, that's looking really nice. Really, really freaking nice. Liking how this is coming out so far. All right. So, with that being said, we've done pretty much everything to the foot that needs be done right now. You've already seen me, carve in all of this. I'm not going to sit here and do it again because it'll just be a waste of time and everything. So, with that, let's see, where do we turn our attention next? I'm thinking let's go with the crotch piece. The crotch. Keely. If you've never seen Ted Lasso, you would understand that reference. One of the characters takes another character to buy a suit, and they are having it professionally fitted, tailored, the whole 9 yards. And the guy in the shop who's helping them, he's just like, "Does the crotch look tight? It's a tight crotch." Anyway, super funny. I highly recommend the show if you've not seen it. It's a wonderful series. Really, really is good. And it's coming back here, I think later this year for season 4. So I can't wait. So good. All right. So let's figure out what we're going to do here. Let's get the part off the torso first. Let's do a little designing, a little sanding, a little scuffing. We're going to scuff this up. Okay. We're going to do this to the surface here real quick. And this is just a very light sandpaper. This is, pretty high grit. This is basically what I finish, kind of what I finish parts with here at this stage. Okay. All right. So, I think we're good there. All right. So now then, definitely what we would want to do, outline scribe this guy right around here. That's a no-brainer. just to better have that part separated look. Yeah, so that's an easy win, right? That's an easy win for us. And right about there, okie dokie. So now, excuse me, what can we do here? Now, let's put this actually back onto the part. I think I was a little premature in that. And then we're gonna put the skirts, front skirts on here to see how everything interacts. Because that's gonna be important, right? All right, so there's the front, right? And obviously I have to continue, I have to duplicate these details on this side, so don't mind that. But I think some of the things that we want to do here, okay, I got a pretty, I got an idea in mind. All right, so let's 1.5. Yeah, that's good. Okay, so first things first, right up the line, just like that. Let's go ahead and pull this piece off again. All right. So I'm using my 1.5 millimeter scribing jig here, and what I'm doing, okay, so start with that. Just a simple, you know, border scribe, right? So what we'll do is also bring this up on the top edge there, right? So basically what we're forming here is this whole front cover can be removable, right? That's kind of what we're going to be simulating. So along with that, little notches here and there. Like that, right? Looking good. All right, and then I think what we'll go ahead and do, hang on. Let's see. All right, that's 6. No, I don't want that. What does 5 look like here? No. What does 4 look like? Not quite there yet. All right, 3. Let's go back to 4. Where'd the 4 go? Shit, there it is. All right, so no, see, I don't like that look either. Let me maybe do this. Yeah, here we go. All right, cool. Yeah, okay. That will be much better. So we'll do right about there. Yeah. And then we'll just terminate that right there like that. So yeah, that'll look good. I like that. Yeah. Cool. All right. Starting off, pretty simple. All right, so let's turn our attention to the front here. Now, I think the most expected thing is to separate these two panels here. I think that's a pretty easy win. All right, just like that, right? Nice. And then I think what we'll do, put maybe just a nice floating, big floating notch right here. Kind of like that. Yeah. Yeah, I like that. I like that. I like that. I like that. Okie dokie. So, what we'll also do, I think, yeah, no. Well, I'm not into that. That's not looking great right there, so we'll go in a different direction. Just scrape that off there. I thought it would look better, but it doesn't. All right, keep that as is right there. All right, so maybe what we do then, is 1.5. Where's the 1.5? Where did it go? Where did it go? There it is. Yeah. All right, so for this, we'll use 1 for demonstration, for design and everything. Or will we? May not work. Yeah, we'll use 1 for right now, but we'll end up going 1.5 with the actual scribe line. Nice, right down the center there. Okay. Do that same thing all the way around the front of this piece. Okay. So there we go so far. Not bad, not bad. So if we just bring that up there and there. Okay. Yeah. I think we just keep it at that. I don't want to get too far in the woods with this, you know what I mean? I like it. I like it so far, and I don't want to do too much and then end up fucking it up. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't want to get to that point. Now, let's see what it looks like with the skirts on here. Yeah. Okay. I was worried it was going to be too much, but I don't think that it's going to be. I think that'll fall in line with what we've done so far. Yeah. I think that looks good. I think that looks good. No. You know what? Now that I'm looking at it, I have a different idea that I want to put down. Alright, I have a different idea. Let's do this. Let's do something different here. And where's George when you need him? Because he would love this. He would love this process right now. Our good friend George, Mr. Old School Gunpla. Love that dude. All right. Okay, so we're going to, I think we want to go in a different direction here. Because this is the thing. This is my train of thought. I like the side pattern. I like it a lot, right? And I like the idea of this being a cover, that it can be removed. Mechanics, maintenance, engineers, whatever can get in there, get to the systems, do their thing, all that. So I like this. I like the idea of this whole assembly here being able to, being removable, right? Now then, what I want to do is this. Something more along the lines of that. Yeah. 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 See, I like that a lot better. I like that a lot better. And then what I think we'll do for this is this line here, make this line a little thicker, right? Kind of like that. Yeah. Yep. That's how we go. And then just keep this plain. Just keep it plain. Kiss it. Keep it simple, stupid. You know? Keep it simple, stupid. And that's what I have a problem sometimes with. I don't always know when to stop with the complexities, right? Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, without a doubt. That's the way to go. Without a doubt. Yeah, that's easy win. Easy win. All right, cool. I'm glad I changed directions there. Glad I changed directions. All right, so we don't have a ton of time, but let's get started. At very least, we can start laying down some lines here, right? At least with the scribing jigs and stuff. All right, so this 1.5, right? Yeah, 1.5. Okay. So first things first, I am going to just scratch in our limit line here so we know where our scribed lines are going to, need to end, or where they corner and everything. So just do that here real quick. All right, perfect. All right, cool. So we got that. Now we can get some lines laid down. We need 0.15. Perfect. Let's get this back in here so I know right about there. All right. So let's get this first line right to there. Okay. All right. So we got the line set. Now we need to go to depth. Okay.
Perfect. So we got this line laid in here. We got the corners looking nice. That's excellent. All right, so let's wrap this around the top here. Okay, good. Good. Excellent. All right, perfect.
Perfect. Now then, let's get
This line here carved into place. This should be easy. Okay, good deal there.
All right, perfect. All right, so now let's
2.5. 2.5. There it is. There we go. That's what we're talking about. Okay. Yeah.
good. Excellent. All right, so now, actually, you know what? I'm thinking I'm gonna stick to 0.15 for this, for outlining this top part here.
Just because it's so prominent and all. Good. Probably should have done this first in retrospect, but hindsight is 20/20. All right. All right, very good. So that now will look separated from the rest of the part here. Very nice. And we've got our side scribed in here. That's looking really good. Let's just real quick tackle the front part here real quick. Let's see. Is this gonna work? All right, let me. Let me just measure this just to make sure that this is properly aligned here. That is 3.5, and that is not 3.5. Fuck. Okay. So we can't use this side as as our guide. That's what it comes down to, and that sucks. All right, we'll have to use tape. Let's get caught up in the chat. Let's punch the clock for today. I know it's after 2 already and everything, and there's a lot of chat, so let's get caught up here real quick with it. Let's go camera 1 for this. All right, Kevin says, catch you later, gotta go now. Calvin, thank you for watching, buddy. Bill says the video goes way more in depth than I will for my paint samples. I do 2 primers, 2 top coats per paint color, so 2 total spoons per color. Nice. Bill says, well, the first 2 seasons were great. Third, bit of a letdown, but that may just be me. Oh, Ted Lasso. Yeah, I agree. I agree. The third one was probably the weakest of them all. I still still liked it. But yeah, the first 2 were just mwah, chef's kiss. Yeah. Yeah, I love me some Ted Lasso. And then also to that point, if you happen to have Apple Plus, go watch Shrinking, Silo, Severance, Widow's Bay. They just put out with not Bill Skarsgård. It was the other Skarsgård kid. He played like a murder robot or something like that. It was great. It was great. It's based off some books and stuff. They were great. Yeah, Apple Plus is great. They have amazing shows, amazing movies too.
The Gorge, great movie. Murderbot, thank you. Hey, Leviathan Prime, what's going on, bud? Look at this guy lurking. Murderbot, yes, I was awesome. It was funny as shit too. I found myself like literally cackling in some of the scenes. It was great. Let's see. Where do we leave off here? Brian says, Bill, any paint brands that sell a dark metallic brown with dark red hues? Huh. A dark metallic brown. Hang tight. What is this? Is this clear or is this metallic? That's clear. Shit. That's not gonna work. Oh! Heyo! What did we miss? Hey! Leviathan Prime! What's going on, bud? Thank you. Welcome to the family. Good shit. Good shit, bud. Good shit. Awesome. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Appreciate that. Alright. Sorry, I heard it and I had to come back. Alright. Oh, man. A dark metallic brown? Brian, that may not be an easy thing to come by. So, metallic brown. Let's see here. What I would probably do with red hues. Yeah, Leviathan Prime just posted, sounds like a custom mix with just a little effort. I agree, and that's kind of what I was going to hint at here. Yeah, see, I think, Brian, I think what you're going to end up having to do is a custom layering thing here. So I'm thinking what I would do in this situation. Obviously, we want this whole thing to be on the warmer side, right? So I would start off with a gold. Let's go camera 2, dummy. I would start off with a gold, nice gold color. This is Mr. Metallic Color GX. This is their red gold. I like that color so much. It's very, very close to the Shiki's gold. So I would probably start with that or some other gold. At the end of the day, I don't think the gold is going to matter too much. But then what I would do is layer on a metallic red or a clear red first, right? And this is, again, Mr. Clear Color, deep clear red. Now you can use, the standard Mr. Color clear red, that's fine too, but the one where I think it's going to be the hardest one to come by is this one here. This is clear brown. This is Mr. Clear Color GX109. That is a pretty deep clear brown. So I would go in this order. Spray down your gold, clear red, clear brown on top of it. And that should get you close to where you're thinking at that point. Obviously, you got to test. You got to do spray outs and things like that. Let me see. Yeah, I mean, you could use Mr. Color Gold, the number 9, and that would, that'll work. You could potentially do like a clear orange and then like a smoke color on top of that as well to get that brown color. That might work too. I'm looking at the paint rack and I'm trying to come up with ideas here for you, you know. Like, but yeah, maybe using a clear orange, and then like a smoke gray, like a you know, transparent black or something like that. Mr. Clear Color has a clear black, but then the normal Mr. Color has a smoke gray, which is their 101 color. I don't have a clear orange, or else I'd show it to you. That's one of the few colors that I am missing, unfortunately. But you know, you could do a clear orange on top of the gold, and then use, you know, maybe like the smoke gray, something like that. Because like I said, this is a clear color. So, you know, clear orange, and then those two is another, you know, another possibility aside from, you know, these two guys here. So that's kind of what I would say to reach that kind of dark metallic brown with red hues like you described. But yeah, I don't know of anything, you know, out of the bottle that would get you there. So yeah, like Leviathan Prime said, you know, it's probably going to be a color, you know, like a custom, you know, custom spray out and everything. So yeah. Bill says, any specifics on type of paint to limit it to? And Brian says, Gaia, maybe Tamiya. See, I don't use Gaia, so I don't even know anything about them. But Bill says, give me a minute, find you some options. See, Bill's good at that. He says, thanks, Bill. I'm looking for a new color for some inner frame parts. Interesting. Bill posted a link to splash paints. Let's see. Ooh. Look at this, guys. Caffeine metallic. Say what? Caffeine metallic. That's wild. So that's pretty nice. I mean, that's definitely a kind of maroon-ish, brownish, you know, type of metallic for sure. Man, $8.99 for that color. Whew, that's on the high side. I mean, but it's, you know, Splash. It's made in the U.S. All that good stuff. So that's not surprising. But man, yeah. Okay. All right. All right, back to camera 2 here. Let's see, that actually might be what I need. I haven't tried splash paints before, but it should do the job. Bill says splash is like SMS and comes pretty thin. Yeah, nice, but I am looking for other options for you. Nice. He says, personally, I would think about mixing this with a metallic black. And then Bill has a link here, if I can get the damn context window to go away. House of Hobbies site here. Let's take a look here. So, what? What the fuck? Okay, here, let's show you. And this comes from Burbank House of Hobbies. They're a cool shop. I've never actually been there, but like, oh, and it's out of stock. Womp womp. Well, fuck a duck. I don't know about that. It's out of stock. All right. And then Bill posted a, what is this? Metallic black, 78. Do I have that? I don't know if I have that or not. Let me see. I might have that. That sounds familiar. I do have that. Look at that. Let me see. Oh, wait a minute. Hang on now. What is this? I haven't looked in this color. It's so long, it's not even funny. Let's go camera 2. Hang on. Let's take a look. Let's take a look at this. Oof. Oh yeah, okay. So that's a very, very dark, very, very dark metallic color. So yeah, I would say that's a bit darker than, say, the graphite black that I like so bad. So yeah. But that, yeah, I mean, you could probably lay that down. Maybe some clears over top of it. Maybe. Let's see. Bill says I would do a 7-to-1 7-to-1 ratio of mixing those as a starting point. Should be dark with a slight red-orange tint. Fair. Plus, then you have options for them separately. Bill says, that help, Brian? Bill says, it definitely helps. Thank you, Bill. I'm mainly a flat or gloss paint guy. Barely deal with metallics. Gotcha, gotcha, gotcha. Oh, look, Leviathan Prime started over on Twitch. He says, always glad to see someone else treating them as access hatches and following through with panel lines around corners in a sensical manner. Oh, fuck yeah, dude. Always. Always, always, always. We always, I mean, that's part of the basics with scribing. You know, and that's what I always tell people is, like, think about what is underneath, you know? Think about how a maintenance guy will have to get at, you know, the parts underneath and all of that, right? That's, yeah, that is like foremost in my mind whenever I kind of, you know, go to design something like this. Yeah, dude, that's, I always preach that type of thing. Always, always, always. Bill says, well, if you were wanting pure acrylic based, I would point you to a line of metallics that can provide all kinds of options. He says, go ahead, Bill, hit me. Jesus Christ. Scale 75? What is this? Let's take a look here real quick. Huh, what is this now? What is this now? Okay, looks like they're out of Europe. Somewhere, because they're using euros. Huh. Alright, let's go, hang on, display capture here. So yeah, so these look like all metallics and stuff. Trash metal. What? Jesus. Trash metal. I love the name. If for nothing else, I love the name. Decayed metal. Huh. Yeah. And it's super, super hard buying paint online because, number one, you don't know if their photography is good, and then number two, if you don't properly like calibrate your monitor, it could be the colors could be wildly off too. So those are two things that you really, really have to take in consideration with buying paint online. But yeah, this, where are they out of? Doesn't really indicate or say. I don't know where this place is out of. I would venture somewhere in Europe, but I'm guessing at that point. So, get your treasure! Oh my God! Jesus Christ. Excuse me. Anyway, let's see. Bill says that metal and alchemy line has some nice metallic colors. Just never used them on Gunpla, so I'm at a loss on durability. Questions there, and I have never tried mixing them with solvents. Okay. PD said, or Brian says, thanks, Bill. I'll take a look at them. Hopefully I can find some reviews or build examples for reference. Yeah. Bill says, cool. Maybe Tim can recommend a different paint his hands on experience with Mr. Color and Tamiya far exceed mine, and he might have some insight on better paint for you. Yeah, I mean, like I said, we kind of went into that already, but yeah. Todd over there, he says, I was looking at the size comparison of the Penelope and the Zai Kasi, whatever, and the Penelope is much bigger. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. That is true. It is bigger. It's a big boy. Or girl. Penelope. Yeah, Murderbot from Leviathan Prime and from Pete. Murderbot. Such a good show. Todd says, I seen The Gorge. It was a good movie. It was. It was like surprisingly good. You know? Like surprisingly good. Like I didn't go into it with high expectations, but when I came out of it, I was just like, fuck, that was better than I expected. So there you go, right? There you go. Bill says we got several lurkers, which is fine, but I enjoy chatting with you all. Hell yeah. Same. Leviathan Prime then switched over here. He sounds like a custom mix. Yep. VSS over there on Twitch, some clear red into a dark bronze. Ooh, that's not a bad idea. I don't know if I have a dark bronze. Let me see. I do not. But yeah, I think that's a really good idea too. I mean, I think what it's going to come down to is, ooh, look at this. Look at what I just found. It just goes to show you I don't mess with clear colors that much, but I had this on the shelf. Mr. Clear Orange is not the main line, but you know, it's the GX Mr. Clear color line, right? So yeah, what I was saying before, do kind of that type of thing, right? And see where it gets you. So you get your gold, you get your clear red, and then you get your clear smoke gray, and that might get you to like a brownish color. It's only one way to find out. And then honestly too, Brian, it's all in what you want, you know, what your taste is as well. So you know, we can just throw out suggestions really, but at the end of the day, it's going to be your ultimate decision, right? Todd says, I just thought a color mixture of the Akatsuki, I can never say that right, a gold paint with a hint of dragon green. Oh man, you had me at dragon green. He says, Bill says, I have the clear orange, not the biggest fan. I'm not into clears anywho. I just have them. I think I got them super cheap or some shit like that, you know what I mean? I think it was probably when my local hobby store closed down years ago. I probably got them at a super cheap price. Todd says metallic dragon green. Oof. 75% gold, 25% metallic dragon green. It just sounds cool. Gio says, I tried splash paints when I barely starting airbrushing. They seem really thin. They are pre-thin, so yeah. Bill sounds like a good mix, Todd, definitely. Brian says, I'm trying to match Superior Red Metallic from the Porsche 992 with a splash of brown, so maybe some paint chemistry will need to be done. Yeah, at the end of the day, I think that's probably what you're going to be looking for, Brian. Yeah. Bill says to Gio, I have no issues with them. Maybe slightly more thin than necessary. Yeah, they are pretty thin. Let's see. Brian says, thank you, Bill, and everyone. Hope I get that nice shade I'm hoping to reach. You'll get there. You'll get there. Bill says, always happy to help. Just sometimes it's a bit of a trial and error. Yeah. Yeah. Charles, he's over there on Twitch. He says, scale 75 is acrylic, FYI. Yeah, and right behind you, Bill said Scale 75 is one of the higher end miniature paint brands. So yeah, definitely acrylic there. Leviathan Prime says thrash, mislabeled on the site as trash. That is fucking hilarious. I like trash metal so much better. I just do. I think it sounds great and it's hilarious. It will forever be known as trash metal in my opinion. That's fucking funny. Charles says, and they're coming out with an artist, the artist, an artist, or I don't know, or acrylic metal tube of metallic. Yeah, I don't know. Swanky says, all these different kinds of paints is awesome. I see myself getting into it once I'm better at basics. There you go, Swanky. I like to hear that. Bill says, I would stay away from Mr. Color bronzes. They tend to be a bit on the green side rather than reddish. Yeah, I would probably agree with that. He says, maybe check out Tamiya X33. Hold up. Hold your horses. Of course, I got to grab my Tamiya paints out, right? Heyo. X33. Oh no, that's X12. 12. Trying to see what I got here. I don't do too many metallics. Let's see. I don't think I got that one. I got a bunch of them, obviously, but I don't think I have that one. Yeah, no. Nope. I do not. Womp womp. I mean, this is their metallic brown. Obviously, that's more of a copper color, Brian, but it may be a good starting off point, you know? Maybe a good base coat, right? Maybe lay down a little kind of smoke gray on top of there. Something like that. It's a thought. Or starting off with the Tamiya actual XF6, the actual copper color. I mean, that's a deep copper color. This is actually what I'm using for the Shiki. You know, maybe some clear brown over this, maybe clear black, something like that. Just a thought. So, yeah. Thought I might have had that X33 to take a look at it, but yeah, unfortunately, I just don't. So, it's worth a shot. It's worth a shot. All right, put these off to the side. Let's get back to catching up with the chat here real quick. Excuse me. Let's see. Khalif. He says, glad to catch you midday, Tim. I always try to tune in even if I'm not able to comment. Love the progress so far. What parts still need to be completed before paint? Good question, dude. Basically, it's the whole torso and head right here, and then the backpack. Yeah. Got the back skirts done last week, so we started on the crotch today. Skirts are basically done. I just need to duplicate details and things there. The legs essentially are done. Again, need to duplicate details on all of that. And then the feet are kind of coming into shape. Again, duplicating details. But yeah, I mean, realistically, these are the last two components, you know, that need to be worked on before we head into paint. So this thing's coming down to the line, you guys. So I'm kind of enthused by the whole prospect of getting this thing wrapped up here, you know. So it's been a fruitful 2.5 months so far, because that's how long we've basically been working on this thing, is about 2.5 months at this point. So yeah, it's been good. Khalif says, I've been running around with my 19-month-old girl. Aw, girl dad. Yeah. You know me, dude. I'm a girl dad too, so I fucking love that. That's awesome. That's awesome. Let's see. Bill posted a House of Hobbies, the Burbank House of Hobbies link there as well for Brian in the chat. Good stuff there. Let's go camera one, because we're about to punch the clock. It's 2:30 here. But Burbank House of Hobbies, since Bill kind of posted the links and everything there, really cool, really cool shop. If you've never seen, they sometimes will have like celebrities come in, Guillermo del Toro and kind of his whole crew and everything, shop in there sometimes, and they pick up models and stuff like that, which is just mind-blowing to me. I think that's pretty cool. But the history of Burbank House of Hobbies is really interesting. And if you're into that, if you'd like to see that, I did repost a short video on Instagram from another account that kind of did a bit of a background piece on Burbank House of Hobbies, and they have a longer version on their YouTube that I watched, and it was super interesting, like really like in depth, and I was just like, this place has been around for decades, and yeah, it's a really cool watch. It's a really cool watch, so I highly recommend it. It's a nice background piece on Burbank House of Hobbies. So, but yeah, I thought it was cool. Anyway. All right, so you guys, real quick, if you've not signed up for notifications on the Child of Mecha store that's going to be dropping tomorrow, do it. You will get a big discount code in the notification email tomorrow. That'll get you, a good amount off of your first purchase, and there will be a lot of things dropping tomorrow. So definitely go sign up for that, and get your email registered and everything like that. We'll get the emails out to everybody at some point tomorrow when I officially launch the store and everything. Hats, shirts, hoodies, stickers, you name it. Really good stuff. So go sign up for that. Real quick. Swanky says, is it a store? I might go check it out. Yes, it is. It's Burbank House of Hobbies. It's literally right there in Burbank. I've never been there, but just seeing like some of the videos and stuff on it, and hearing, obviously some of my California friends talk about it, it sounds like a really cool fucking place. Lots of Gunpla. They carry lots of tools and paints. Like one entire side of their store looks like nothing but paint and tools. It's awesome looking. Yeah, I would definitely at least check it out. So yeah, hang on one second. Oh, that'll wake you up in the morning. Ooh, shit balls. Huh. All right. But yeah, dude, it's a story that's right there in Burbank. Yeah. Head over, take a look at it. Take a look at the my Instagram page, because like I said, I reposted the little video there. Watch that first, if you're interested in it, because it is very interesting. It's really cool. So yeah. Brian says, I'm gonna have to rewatch this live stream because you guys helped me a lot. Aw, Brian, that's what we do, man. Bill says you could start with a metallic orange and just add a drop of regular blue paint. More blue you add, the darker it gets. That's interesting. Gio says, I never been there. About 30 minutes from my house. Dude, go. Go check it out. Swanky says, hell yeah, sounds awesome. Yeah, I wish I lived out there so I could go see it. Hell yeah. Bill says, at least on my replays, chat is turned off, Lelouch, but Tim does bring up the chats on screen at regular intervals. I always have the chat recorded so that when you go back, you can actually watch it. Now, one thing to note is that if you watch it on desktop, it usually comes up on the side. But if you watch it on the phone, you'll probably have to press a couple buttons to bring the chat up. So that may be, I don't know if you're running into that or not, Bill. But on desktop, I know it just usually comes up automatically. But on the phone, I usually have to kind of press a couple buttons because YouTube likes to hide that. It is what it is. Petey says, good sun, tight. Bless you. Bless you, Tim. Aw, yeah. Anywho, all right. So you guys, go sign up for notifications for the shop. That'll be very, very important. Get your discount code for your first purchase. We'll be back here tomorrow night. We're going to close out the week strong. Finish up with this crotch piece and everything. It just sounds weird, me saying crotch piece, but I don't know. That's my own thing. But we're going to close out the week strong tomorrow night, hopefully. Come on back for some good conversation, some good question answering, and all of that good stuff. So, with that being said, you guys, have a wonderful rest of your day. Go out, build something cool, be safe out there, and yeah, stay tuned for the end credits. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye.